My name is Maritza Bedoya, and I am a consultant. And the name of my company actually is Chief Operations Consulting. I also represent a school, which is a Colombian university that just opened and is licensed by CIE. Fame has been impacting my operations since I was Chief Operating Officer, or even before that when I worked in the industry, when I used to run 5 beauty schools, because we abided by every rule, and thank God for Fame because it kept us extremely professional and on point. The way Fame is different from most of the organizations is that, they are very accessible. You make a phone call, the CEO answers the phone, the CEO answers the phone, and they're always there, and coming even to this conference, the first thing I see is somebody, one of the executives, and it's just, the way that you're supposed to do business. You have to have accessibility. When it comes to now clients, and when I was Chief Operating Officer, it was easier because even if we felt we had made a mistake, we can call and consult with Fame, and it was resolved. When it came to gainful employment, for example, everything was checked and we passed with flying colors. And, I think abiding by the rules is what keeps an organization healthy. Well, I think having the systems like the student information system, the CRM, and a lot of checks and balances that can produce reports that brings you through the different levels of admissions or the different levels of attendance, and the students being able to keep track of their activities and their progress, I think that makes it easier, because it also, not that I like reducing staff, but I think it provides executives with, presidents of universities and colleges with the information that they need daily just to look at a report. And it helps with training methodologies. Well, I think the way it helps students, Fame, now with the accessibility of some of the systems that they have in the student, rather than to forget that they didn't stop at the registrar, now have the accessibility through apps, that they can see their whole history and find out where they not be doing right or doing well. So they can speak with their professors or anything like that, but they can also accelerate their graduation, with more excellence. And if they are not doing well, they can also seek help. The good thing about the team, and that I appreciate, I met the CEO when he was in the technical part of the company. So I have seen his growth. So there's a familiarity with them. I think that the relationship between a company and a client has to do a lot with knowing about their families, their children, being able to talk about other things, just only business, and that makes you understand that person a lot better. The Fame team helped my institution by, during the hardest times of the administration, when gainful employment became a humongous issue, for those that wanted to do it right and were not afraid of working with a team such as Fame, they were there every step that we had to take. And like I said, we passed with flying colors. We got certified by a very well-known, CPA firm in South Florida, and all the numbers were perfect. Such as this conference that we're attending, how Fame is helping is by providing information constantly to the clients and all the changes. One of the most confusing parts right now is even for financial aid offices, and officers, to understand what is going on. And nothing is negative. These are the changes that should have happened a long time ago anyway. And if you really look at it, Fame can teach staff, how to move forward with the process of financial aid and assist their students better. I think that the job will be hard if someone or myself didn't have Fame, is because you're really so busy during the day with retention, with other items, admissions, revenue, and all the other items that get in the middle, even if you live in an area such as South Florida, you get a hurricane and you have to cover the windows. What Fame has done is really, create a backbone, and if we didn't have that backbone, who do we call? We always call people for advice in our business lives that we feel know more than we do. And they do. what I will tell to another school considering FAME is that they really should find out about all the services that FAME provides. Be investigative, ask questions. You cannot make a decision just say, oh, this is too expensive. Sometimes not having an organization like FAME on your side may be more expensive at the end if you made a mistake and there was nobody to check. If you don't have the right SIS where the students can actually access themselves, and you may need 2 or 3 staff on a register. When you have a system, you may not need that. So it's also savings. But it is something that people should consider. And FAME has now longevity. When you are a company that has been around for such a long time, you have credibility. What I think I will tell a school considering, a company that they think could do something like FAME, I think that they should actually consider, once again, the longevity, how long they've been in business. That's how people choose, even cars. They go by the validity of, is that a good car or not? But I think that I would say that they have to be very investigative and really consider the experience of the staff, that is working, that they're working right now with, and how, they even work through when they're doing the assimilation of systems and everything. I would say you have to really meet with FAME and see all the products, not only one. You may not be able to handle several products right now, like my client, but they have an SIS now. They're in the process of being checked. And this is a small university that just opened in the United States. So I will say you have to go for the best.